Morning guys, we just launched the boat here at Cow Bayou in Bridge City. It's a very foggy morning, but today's conditions are going to be just prime. We're not going to get any kind of better weather than this. We got light and variable winds. It's going to blow after a while. The water is just perfect. We've got the right salinity mix. So what's happening right now is all the shrimp, they're coming out of the marsh, they're hitting the main river, they're hitting Sabine Lake, and they're slowly making their way out to sea. The cool thing about the fall shrimp run is everything is feeding on. There's really no telling what we're going to catch today. I'm going for redfish, I'm going for trout, but there's a possibility of catching flounder. We could catch largemouth bass. We're going to be fishing areas where the Bassmaster Elite Series fish down here, and it's going to be a very fun day. Y'all are going to get a lot of value out of today's video, and it's going to get you hyped up to come out here and fish. We're going to whack them today. Y'all stay tuned. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now.
That's a big one right there.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
You ever caught a fish that big?
No!
Got him.
Another day. There you go. Another redfish. Got him. Now, that's what Let's Fish TV is all about right there, guys. Welcome to Sabine Lake and the Sabine River. Guys, it's the fall time of the year. The shrimp run has just started. Everything is feeding on. Today we're going to be going for redfish and trout, but the cool thing about this place is there's no telling what you're going to catch. So right here, kind of where the boat's positioned, plus or 5 miles either side of it, I've caught redfish, bass, trout, flounder, ladyfish, channel cat. This lake and river system during this time of the year, it just presents a unique opportunity to catch anything you want. We'll have this week's fishing report from your local region from our inside reporters. We're gonna get some of these rods and reels ready to go catch some of these fish today. In the meantime, I'm gonna toss it back to the studio for your weekend planner.
Hi everybody, thanks so much for tuning in this week. These Salooner tables are predicting good game fish activity Saturday and Sunday. Look for peak activity to begin around 10:51 on Saturday and 11:48 on Sunday morning, with evening action kicking off at 11:23 on Saturday and midnight on Sunday. Depending on your local area, expect the sun to rise around 7 o'clock and set around 5:27, and evenings will feature a full moon. Join Let's Fish TV on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to stay up to date with our latest fishing adventures and tips.
Welcome to Sabine Lake, guys. We are out here taking advantage of the fall shrimp run. The cool thing about this place is when these cold fronts start moving through in October and November, these shrimp all head out of the marsh, they hit the river, they hit the lake, then the ocean. The amazing thing about it is everything is feeding on them. It's going to be a feeding frenzy. We are going to smash them today. Let's get on out there and let's see what we can catch. So he knocked it hard, he twisted it up a little bit and he just missed it. So it's probably 40, 50 foot deep right here where I'm casting, but the only thing that's holding these fish here is the shrimp right here. It's early morning, we just got out here. Well, I'm about to catch a redfish right here. Here he goes. They're feeding on shrimp hard and heavy right there. There he is, fish on. Big redfish, big redfish. I love that braid. Love the sound that it makes. So there's probably 2 or 3 with him right here. Oh yeah. Let's see how many fish are with him. A lot of times too out here, when you catch one, there'll be 2 or 3 of them just grouped up. Especially right out here where the river meets the lake. This is a real nice redfish. So I think that's the 5th or 6th cast we've made. Not a bad start to the day. Let me get this net ready. There's more redfish going right back there. Part of me wants to grab another rod and throw in there and catch one. What a nice redfish. Come here, baby. Come here. These things just don't quit. They're so strong. Come on now. He's got this sexy dog kind of on the bottom. He slapped at it. There we go. That's a big redfish. Man, that's how we start the day right there. This redfish is out here where Sabine Lake starts right here. This is where the river dumps out. And all the shrimp, they are just funneling through the river to the lake. And these guys, along with speckled trout, they're right there with him. And that is just a nice redfish. Caught it on the Strike King Sexy Dog in the golden croaker color. The color of this lure it just matches the fish out here perfectly, the croaker, the shrimp. But when we get this guy unhooked, we're gonna make some more casts. The redfish are going crazy behind us. It's definitely gonna be an awesome day of fishing.
Hey folks, I'm Captain E, and it's time for your Carolinas Report in today's show, and it's always my pleasure to sit in and give you your Carolinas Report and what's happening on your body of water, and it's brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. Our good friends at Crazy Sister over here got everything you need to enjoy a great time on the water, or you can come down, let our captains put you on fish. CrazySisterMarina.com, you can find all the information of everything we offer, but if you want to come down, rent a boat, do it yourself, our tackle shop here has got everything you need. Get you out there on the water and be very successful. And let's talk about saltwater this week. A lot of things going on, but this is the time of the year that we truly have so much trouble deciding what we're going to target. And it's a great time to get out and catch those inshore slams. That being said, November 16th, we're going to be having our Murrells Inlet Marsh Walk Mafia, Murrells Inlet Fishing Charters, Marshall's Marine Inshore Slam event, and it is an exciting event, great payouts, great time, family friendly, and you're going targeting trout, redfish, and flounder, all live release. It's really great, it's a good time, but if you like live bait, it's a great time to get out and put that shrimp under a cork and let it do the work. Go out and locate those fish and then switch up and go artificial. But if you got forward-facing sonar like I am, it's easy to find those big schools of fish in the creeks right now. But get out and come and join us November 16th for the Marsh Walk Mafia Inshore Slam event. We look forward to having you here. This is your Carolinas Report. It's brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. And remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Let me pull out that. There we go. Baby. So it's important when you're underneath birds right here, get in there as fast as you can. There's one right there. The faster you can get in there, I mean, just like that, you're gonna hook up with one. It's one thing to keep in mind with, I mean, they're not big right here yet, but that could change any cast out here. And what's cool too, those big redfish like caught earlier, they're with them. They're catching all the shrimp that's just getting wounded and falling to the bottom. And there are so many trout right here. There goes one right there. I was making a long cast when I stopped it. I seen that shrimp get kind of hit. So we should get a blow up on this cast. Sometimes on this top water, I'll work it real fast and I'll slow it down to, I work it fast to get their attention and stop it just like that. Smaller one, that's all right. Fun to catch. This is the cool thing about this place out here. You can bring your kids out here. You don't need a fancy boat. You don't need any electronics. Just let the fish tell you where they're at. We're sitting right in the river channel, but the shrimp and everything, again, I'm stressing this a lot. They're coming out of the marsh. They're making their way to the ocean. And it's just very easy, very simple fishing. When you hear those seagulls kind of chirping like they do and squealing, that's kind of the giveaway. Hey, there's fish right here. And just like that, got another baby.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lou's, Feel the Difference, Strike King, Taiwan On, and by Glacier Outdoors since 1982.
Just like that. I was just about to say we're going to catch some fish, and that speck almost pulled the rod out of my hand. There went something right there. Throw it him. There we go. I wasn't even paying. There we go. That's a good one. What we got? Got a nice Louisiana keeper right here. There we go. So we just changed it up. We switched locations. We probably caught 40 trout out in the middle of the river right here. But we moved, there's a good outflow right here. The tide's going out right now, and it's presenting just an ideal situation. So all the shrimp are coming out of the marsh right now, and these guys are feeding on them. I seen a lot of shrimp just kind of moving, so I figured there was something here. Seen something just a second ago explode on a mullet, and I think we're about to catch a bunch of good solid trout right here. So this is a good Louisiana keeper. This is a good probably 13.5-inch fish right here. So speaking of the limits, now Texas and Louisiana has two different limits, and it's important. So whatever state you launch in, we launched in Texas, we have to abide by Texas regulations. So their limit is 3 specks a day, 15 to 20 inches. Louisiana's limit is 13 to 20 inches, and I believe you can keep 15. So I rarely keep fish. Every now and then I'll keep a couple of Texas specks, but we're gonna get this fish back. It's a beautiful fish. It's got real nice color, and we're about to go catch some more.
Hey y'all, welcome to my favorite part of the show, the Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia Coastal Fishing Report. This segment's brought to you by me, Captain Patrick Garmison with Ugly Fishing. You can check out my website at uglyfishing.com. You can check my availability, book online, as well as have some money-saving opportunities there on my homepage at uglyfishing.com. Here in the Alabama area, we've been catching a few speckled trout. One day it's good, one day it's great, one day it's totally off. We're catching them on Slick Juniors, we're catching them on voodoo shrimp, catching them on live shrimp. Along the Mississippi coast, wade fishing, he's able to find some really nice speckled trout, kind of waist deep and deeper, muddy flats and muddy bottom. He said the speckled trout are there. There's not a lot of bait showing that they're there, but he said they are there. Just slow your presentation down and you're gonna pick up a few good fish. He said that the sheephead and black drum bite is really good in the interior bays, all around the structures as well. Along the Georgia coast, he said the speckled trout bite and the slot redfish bite is good. The speckled trout bite is best on a slip cork and with live shrimp. He said also slot redfish are everywhere, so y'all have fun. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this report. Keep what you need and leave the rest, and God bless, guys.
All right, so we just made our location change. The fog has completely lifted. It was nice and cold about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and just like that, the sun popped out. I'm starting to sweat. So usually when the conditions change like this, just like that, I was just about to say we're gonna catch some fish, and that speck almost pulled the rod out of my hand. This is a nice one. Real nice trout. Yeah, good solid Louisiana keeper. Maybe a Texas keeper. This one would be close. So we're throwing the Strike King popping cork. I've got a 3.25-inch Rage swimmer, and I discovered this kind of on my own, putting a swim bait on a popping cork. Not many people do it, but this is one of those lures and tactics you can use. It's easy to work. You get good results like this. If you were eating fish, in my opinion, this is the perfect size, the 13 to 15-inch size. Real good. Not a whole lot of fishy taste to the smaller ones, but just this makes a good meal. All right guys, talking about that trout I just caught, because the gear is very critical. So we're throwing a popping cork, got about a 2-foot leader with a Strike King Rage Swimmer in the 2.5 size. But what I'm doing is I'm casting as far as I can. So you can throw a popping cork on a bait caster, but the problem you run into is that cork, it kind of spins, and sometimes when it's spinning, it'll actually jerk the line and it causes a lot of backlash. But what I can do with this, I can grab it and I can sling it way out there. That's probably a good 70-yard cast, and I didn't really throw it that hard. And the other thing about the popping cork, when I'm working it, I keep my rod pointed towards the cork. I'll pop it down like this. That kind of gives it that good darting action. And sometimes if I'm wanting to keep that cork a little higher in the water column, not to make too much noise, I'll kind of hold my rod tip up just straight high. And sometimes there is a difference. Sometimes they want that cork loud. Sometimes they want it, you know, a little more quieter. Just those little subtle things will make a difference. So we're gonna make a very long cast to them. So it's important to have at least a 7-foot rod. That's a long cast. And braid's important too, because one thing about the braid on these long casts, it doesn't stretch at all, and that's important to getting a good solid hook set. There he goes, that's a good one. That's a heavy one. Oh yeah, here we go. That's a real good speck. So talking on gear, guys, you notice I'm throwing a spinning rod and reel. It's imperative to throw your popping cork on a spinning rod. One, because of backlashes, and second, because you can launch this bait really far out there. Yeah, that's a good speck. That's definitely a Texas keeper for sure. And that's how he ate it right there. So the cool thing about these speckled trout, usually when you catch one, you're gonna catch several. They're stacked. There's probably several stacked this size right behind me. And so like I was saying earlier, we've got water that's flowing from the marsh behind me out to sea. And the cool thing, this bottom, it's got tons of shell, tons of mud. Specks love mud, especially in the fall and the wintertime. You get around that kind of structure, you will definitely catch you some fish like this. And this is just the perfect size to take home and eat. You can have some real good fish tacos, fried fish. This is just the prime size to keep.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Loran's, the ultimate fishing system, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach Tourism. Let's fish on Alabama's beaches. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor, powered by Passion.
Got him! Redemption! But I got my eyes looking just in case. Oh, here he comes. Come on, come on, come on. He's right underneath it. Come on, come on. There's two of them there. Got him! Redemption! Now let me grab this. I'm gonna peel us back this way. All these redfish, they don't quit. They fight. So this one was real finicky. It wanted the top water. Then his buddy come up there with him and really enticed him. And that's the cool thing. When fish get in schools, they get in competition. And usually when they get in that competition mode, that's when they bite. It's almost a guarantee. Let's see here. Give me your head. They do not like to quit. Come on. There we go. Into the net. Yes. That is a redfish, folks. Beautiful, beautiful fish. This one's been up shallow for a while. He's been feeding on shrimp. Look how golden he is. That's just beautiful. Ate that 3.75 inch rage swimmer after he blew up on the sexy dog a couple times, but man, just what a fun day. That is a pretty fish. If you're gonna keep a redfish, this is definitely the size to keep. These are perfect, either filleted or on the half shell. Guys, we're gonna get this fish back and we're gonna make us a few more casts. Another little bass hit me. One of them's gonna mess up and be a decent one. There we go. Look here, guys. Oh, that was a largemouth bass. So today we've caught redfish, we've caught speckled trout. We just changed locations. Come a little further up the Sabine River. So we're fishing eelgrass, some old just water hyacinth. And a lot of times in the fall too, as the shrimp are coming out of the river, the redfish, they'll move up here and they'll ambush them. So there he is. Look at this. Make sure I don't run into these metal posts right here. That's why I come to the Sabine River. You just never know what you're gonna catch. And to me, that's a fun way to end it right there. What a fun day. This is a cool place. So we've caught redfish, we've caught trout. And the other kind of cool thing about this area, like where we're sitting at right here, like 5 miles north or south of here, I've caught redfish, trout, flounder, bull sharks, largemouth bass. What a fun day of fishing. We're gonna go ahead and head on back. We're gonna talk about what we did this day, how we caught them, and how you guys can come out here and just have a ball catching all kinds of fish.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Power Pull, Total Boat Control. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely On, challenge your limits. Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
All right, guys, talking about our day out here on the Sabine Lake. So we got out here at low light conditions. It was very foggy, but it presented a great opportunity to throw a topwater. Started off throwing this Strike King Sexy Dog, caught one real nice redfish on it, caught a pile of trout. Once the fog lifted, we wanted to go fish some shoreline, so picked up the popping cork. I've got 30-pound braid on here with a 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. Now the bait of choice on this popping cork was a small 3.25-inch Rage Swimmer by Strike King. I just took it out of the package, throw it on the hook, nothing fancy, no crazy sense on it. It was catching a lot of fish, caught quite a few of them on it. And the last thing that we caught a lot of fish on today was just a simple 3.75-inch Rage Swimmer on a jig head with a tail tip chartreuse. Guys, get these baits, come out here to Sabine Lake. It's a fun time of the year to fish out here. You can literally catch anything you want. We'll see y'all later. Y'all take care.